Ibrahim is the first year. Abhishek, Isam, Alisa, Adiru, Janvir, Ali, Abhilal, Ali, Abhishek, Jamal, Amer, Alvin, Neha, Raju, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Suzanne, Aarti, Pawan, Tarek, Mandar, Usman, Johnson, Raju, Hasib, Saban, Abhi, Surinder, Mary, Samad, Nadir, Christopher, Mansoor, Venkat, Anindra, Sim, Amir, Nabil, Ali, Ashish, Usman, Naveen, Vivek, Ali, Naveed, Ali, Mateen, Chitra, Naveen, Salah, Deepak, Caroline, Linvin, Bilal, Salman, Nabil, Shazay, Mr. Waqas, Mani, Nadeem, Suhail, Wasi, Salah, Sidra, Amar, Faisal, Vigat, Umar, Lata, Chandra, Hassan, Usman, Faisal, congratulations on becoming 350th certified PMP of 2022. Now I want to say it. You are 400 certified PMP of 2022. Prashant, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, now this is big. It like the now every single student. The last year we had 302, and now it is we have reached 400, and I'm extremely happy because of every single person who joined the program. I am extremely happy for Gurjeet who referred you, Yi who referred you, every single person, and we did it in 1 month in Canada. uh, Prashant is my one-to-one mentor program student and a very calm person, as you will see in the journey. Also, he's very good, and I really loved my time with him. So, Prashant, congratulations once again. So, let's talk about how did you manage time. That was the interesting thing in the exam.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. What I did was when I was doing the mocks, I thought of blocking the time. Watched your videos and you said keep slots for 80 minutes for the first 60 and then 75 for the subsequent sets of 60 questions. So that's what I did. And then during the mocks, I tried to break it down further into slots of 30 just to get used to it.
Hmm. Okay, so just to understand and work into that, all those things were put into that context, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay, so what do you think? How much time important and time management was important?
Time management is very important because if you are not careful, it slips by pretty fast. And all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm up against the buffer. And that happened to me today on the last set of 60 questions, in spite of doing this. So what I did was I said, okay, fine. By the time I reach question number 60, I should have the countdown showing whatever it is 80
Hmm.
minus 230 minutes.
Yesterday, yesterday we worked hard on this time management, like working on it again and again. And I guess this was the first time I was kind of get angry at you when you were while you were not following my pattern, and I said, "What are you doing?" This was like
Absolutely.
this is the first time in the last 1 month that I did that with you, right?
Correct.
Congratulations, and then who's focusing? Yeah. So
Thank you all.
congratulations are in order. Shah Faisal also cleared this year, and he's also among the 400. Like maybe on
Nice.
31st of December, I would do. I put if I get more than 500 certified PMP, I'll put the list of all on my LinkedIn because I have the
Inshallah,
list.
you'll
I
get
have
them.
the list of and every single person who joined with me. So basically, me and my team basically sit together and write down the name of every person who joined the program. So we had the list of every single person who did it, and I was going to the number. We can do 500, but Prashant, for that I am coming to the state and most important thing directly from you. Each one teach one. I need that thing from you. I need that help from you. If we can do that, then we can get it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like
I'm going to tell
ma-
you. Yeah.
yeah, many of my students they are helping a lot. Like Rania is helping me in a book. Swapnil is writing the question answers, and Vinik is a. You see, he's a long. Swapnil, you have a long life. I just mentioned that he's making question
See his
answers.
comment.
He just came up here. So yeah, I need also from you. We will talk about this thing. Dashi or Gurjeet helped in her own way, in their way, how they can help. they forwarded it to you, you join the program. So each one teach one in whatever the way you can is the name of the game. How we can guide each other, how we can work together, how we can make sure that each and every single student they become certified PMP, and we can do it in the minimum possible time. And of course, that is the way here. Okay, Jagan is saying congratulations. He will be certified PMP very soon. Mohit is
Thank
saying
you all.
congratulations. He will be certified PMP very soon. We got Osman is saying congratulations. Prashant and Amer. Thank you, Osman Sayed. Okay, let's talk about this one-to-one program, because a lot of batch students are clearing. I have more batch students. So let's talk about this one-to-one program. Now, this program is designed for busy professionals like you. What is your thought about this program?
Um, for me personally, it actually fit me perfectly because it's hard to, first of all, coordinate the timings for batch classes, or because you don't know, first of all, what time of day it'll be. Secondly, what the work schedule is going to be like.
Mhm.
So I was talking to Yimeng and he said, you know what, it's up to you. You can choose what you want, but I would recommend a one on one. And I agreed because my project was coming to a close, so I would have more free time. But even then, you never know what you might be asked to do. Like yesterday, that is why I got yelled at because I had to jump on a couple of calls. So I said, yes, one to one is perfect because at this stage, you know, all you need is some good guidance. So if you know how to go about a particular task, what is the most efficient way of completing a particular topic or a subject, and then you have a feedback loop with the instructor, that's all you need at this point.
Hmm. Thank you. That's an important thing, and it is designed in a way that easily one by one you can look into that and you can work into that and you can understand every single aspect of that, right? Yeah.
Absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about which area of the exam were more dominant. Although you did share it with me while before joining the session, we were discussing which area do you think was most important?
The exam was dominated by agile, and agile isn't not just specifically calling out the word, but if you look at the questions, there would be certain keywords that would always hint that yes, we are not talking about predictive life cycles. So it was about, I would say, more than 50 to 60% of the questions with agile.
more more than 50 to 60%. So hybrid and agile is an important thing for your PMP exam. How we
Yes.
can get this thing done, this is an important thing if you are preparing for PMP. Guys, if you have any question, please do ask him. This guy just cleared PMP, and he can guide you whatever he can. Okay, a very important question: how many books you read?
You laugh if I say this. I took the membership this past January 2022. I opened the Pinboard guide once. I got scared and I shut it and I didn't look at it at all. And the next thing I did was contact you for your one on one coaching. That was it.
This is an interesting thing. I am a book reader. Just to put in the context, like I'm a book reader. I have a lot of books, and recently I bought Kindle. Then I bought this iPad, uh, and I actually have my book on it in iPad. Book here and book there. I am reading all these things, but you see, looking at the patterns, how I read the book, I took the content, I put it there, and
Absolutely.
you don't have to read any book. You even downloaded it. I was talking to Ali Bisharat, PMP number 399. I said, did you read any book? He said, I have no idea which book is there. I never read it. I have no idea about it. I went to you. You made sure I cleared it, and that's the end of story. Yeah, this is an important
Yeah.
thing that we can work into that. This is an important thing how to do into that thing. Okay, any formula question, any critical path question?
No critical paths, no formula questions. I had two drag and drops. So you had to read them pretty carefully. One of them was easy, the other them one was pretty complicated. And the one thing I wanted to say was that you have to know your subject matter. Even if, because you will not see the keywords, you sometimes you might, sometimes you might not. But
Hmm.
if you know what they're talking about, then you know what your answer should be.
Hmm. Hmm.
For instance, if I can give a general, I won't give the question out itself, but when you
Yes.
talk about quality analysis and troubleshooting, we always talk about 80-20 rules. So we know that's Pareto. But
Hmm.
then the question that came in, you would, nothing was mentioned. But when you go through the options, that's how you realize, oh, this is what it means. So you have to make sure that you know what your subject matter is.
What your subject matter is and what you are trying to ask and things like that must
Correct.
be known, and you must understand the context of each and everything, and you must know what the like real thing is there. Okay, what the real thing is, that must be done to understand the context of the PMP exam. Yeah, that is very important. Vinod is saying congratulations to both of you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Vinod,
Thank you.
and looking forward to make you as a certified PMP also.
Yeah.
Acha. Okay, so you were talking about something about compliance. So compliance was highly in the exam.
I was surprised to see that many questions for regulatory compliance. It was, I would say, at least 20 to 30 questions,
Hmm,
somehow or the other. Even, for example, the entire exam is basically situational.
hmm.
And I remember I was watching one of the other videos, and one person said, think of yourself as a PM when you're sitting for the exam and figure out how you would do it. And that is exactly what you need to do.
That is a very
Regulatory compliance
that's a very
was
beautiful thing.
very, very prevalent.
Regulatory compliance was there. What about risk, quality, and procurement?
We had about 5 to 10 questions each on those topics.
5 to 10 questions on each every topic. Okay,
Yeah,
that's another interesting fact to understand how the things work in that. Okay, so stakeholder communication team, agile, the heart and soul, no formula question, 80 75 75 as a time management strategy. You took
correct.
two breaks. Okay,
I did.
you took two breaks. Okay, which area was the most difficult for you?
I would say the first section because, first of all, you're nervous when you start because no matter how much you study, and I can't emphasize this enough, when you think you've studied a lot, study some more because it's never enough until you get your scores.
Until
So
you
when you
get it.
yep, when you start the exam, you're a little nervous, but then as you start answering the questions, you relax a little bit. But then you're still focused, you're hyper focused. And then when you get the time for the break, you really want to take it because you want to relax. I just went out, sat in my car, I had a cup of coffee, went back in, and I did that for both the breaks.
For the
It
both
gets
the
easier as you go each section by section.
each section by section. Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Vinod. Although you have, Prashant, although you have given us a lot of information, I'm gonna remove myself. Talk to the people and tell them how they can prepare for PMP, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, just to give you a little background of how I ended up where I am today, Um, my wife used to tell me, "Why don't you do your PMP?" I said, "Nah, I'm gonna do it. Maybe, maybe not." So this has been going on for about a year and a half, close to 2 years. And then I was working continuously, didn't find time to study, although I did become a member. But like I said, I opened the PMBOK guide, got scared, didn't open it again. Then a colleague of mine and a good friend, we joined at the same time. So he said he finished his PMP, and then another colleague, Gurjeet, she finished hers as well. And then I said, you know what? I'm coming up to my project slowing down, and plus it's the end of the year. So during the Christmas holidays, work isn't as hectic. So I said, let me do it. And then Yiming, my colleague, directed me to Amer sir and said, fine, let's go to a one-on-one topic. And then I looked at, he sent me a couple of videos. He said, go through this material, see how you like it, see if you like it, and then if you want to, we can continue. I watched the first video and I was hooked. I said, yes, this is exactly what I want. This is how I want to do it. Because, first and foremost, the information is so vast that, for me at least, and I'm sure for a lot of you, you don't know where to begin and what to focus on because there's so much stuff, so much. So I said, if I have someone who tells me, this is your path, this is how you break it down into smaller chunks, this is how you can manage one step at a time, and this is how I want to go about it. So that's what I did. Started off with the topics slowly, one by one, as Amir sir sent me, and then he would ask me for feedback. What did you do? What topics did you find? Which aspect did you find hard? What was easy? And then, so you went one by one, one by one. Stakeholder was hard, risk was complicated. But as you do it, the more you study, the better you get at it, I see. And I watched all the videos I could get my hands on Amir Sir's channel. I watched the topic videos, I watched the journey videos, I watched the entire journey playlist for every single topic. I think I watched them multiple times. At the end, and when you watch them in the beginning, they might make a little sense, but once you complete your entire course, you've done all your topics in detail. And then when you go back and watch the journey videos, everything just clicks into place and you say, oh, okay, so this is what it is. It makes a lot of sense the second time around. So I would tell everybody, once you've done the bulk of your studies, you've finished all the topics, go back, watch all the journey videos, and I also watched all the pocket PMP videos. So those were so helpful because it's just condensed what you need in a very short time frame. And another interesting thing was when I had to go to the office once in a while, the drive was about close to 90 minutes. So I would take one of the journey videos, a long one, play it in the car and just listen to it. You didn't have to watch it, but you could listen to it. And again, osmotic learning. So that's how I got into it. That
Thank
was
you.
very, very interesting.
Thank you very much, Prashant. It has been an honor to work with you. It was really a great time. The last 1 month, I really enjoyed it. Now, as we discuss, become the most important thing, uh, giving back to the community, and you know how
Absolutely.
we do that. You be active in that particular group. PMP aspirants plus make PMP questions, exam like questions. We will discuss that with that after the video. We'll discuss that. With that, ladies and gentlemen, PMP number 400. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, sir.
Prashant, and it has been an honor to work with you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Thank
Thank
you.
I would have not been able to clear the exam if Amer Ali would have not been there. I would have not been.
I did not believe that I will be able to clear my PMP within a month.
I don't know what to say actually. Like I'm kind of like really
And
trembling.
I